And we're depending on our schools to keep our classrooms, the bathrooms during the pandemic as clean as can be, to keep our kids safe as possible as they return to in-person learning. Chris Wagner with Stratus Building Solutions in Roseville knows firsthand what it takes. Chris, you clean more than a dozen schools in our area. You've been doing this for a while, so I wanted to talk to you about some of the best tips here. But the first one on the list I think is the most interesting. Soap and water is enough.
Yeah, absolutely. At the start of the pandemic, the rush was to buy disinfectants, hand sanitizer, bleach, but research updated data shows that regular cleaning with soap and water, it's enough.
And when we talk about cleaning soap and water, most of what we want to get clean here, kids' hands that touch everything, especially when they go back to school, hand washing as much as they possibly can.
Absolutely. Yeah. Another tip is cleaning by hand is preferred. You know, cleaning companies and people looking to stay safe should meticulously clean surfaces by hand, focusing on high touch point items such as door handles, light switches, faucet handles, kitchen counters, and so forth.
When you say by hand, this is an interesting point because we saw at the starting of the pandemic people had foggers and sprayers and things like that. You're saying from your standpoint, if you use it by hand, you can really target the problem areas, and all those foggers and sprayers aren't necessarily needed now that we know more about the disease.
Absolutely. Yeah, cleaning by hand is always the best way.
Let's also talk about when someone tests positive for it, you've got to clean. But you said something here that's interesting, not necessarily on a daily basis with the disinfection. You got to clean with disinfectant first, but then after that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the important thing is you want to make sure that you're using a disinfectant that's on the EPA's N list, and that'll safely disinfect for COVID and the Delta strain. You know, once you disinfect after the person's been tested positive, it should be disinfected. You should be safe.
And then you can go back to regular cleaning. When we talk about getting kids and teachers and, you know, especially at home, too, when my kid comes home, I'm like, go change your clothes, go wash your hands, just to be on the safe side. When you're saying put reminders, one of the tips you have here, put reminders wherever the kids go, kitchens, bathrooms, in their classrooms, on the way out the door, as many reminders as possible.
Absolutely. I think it's important, you know, just to reiterate, hey, you know, if you're not washing your hands in between, it's okay to use the disinfectant, wipes, hand sanitizers, and so forth. The important thing is that you just want to make sure that the dispensers that you use, that they are alcohol-based,
yeah,
at least 60 to 95% alcohol.
And that way you can eliminate 99.9% of the risk. Chris, thanks so much for joining us today. Chris Wagner with Stratus Building Solutions. Great to hear your tips, especially as our kids head back to school and they come home from those schools, and we want to make sure they're clean, their environment is safe. Chris, thank you.
Thank you.